Hello everybody and welcome back to Imperator, where we just conquered a bunch of Garamantia out over this direction. We're building roads out here and that's going to take a little while to get all that done. That's absolutely understood. Most of this is already nicely roaded up, but this up over here, it needs a little bit more. We're probably going to go after Macedon relatively soon here. How's our truce with them? Is that up? It's up at this point. Do we have a CB? We do not. Okay, so let's go ahead and start fabricating a claim on them. And I want to fabricate a claim on their most populous province. There we go. That'll do absolutely fine. And while that's happening, we need to spend some money. So let's unpause and let's hop in here. We can build a bunch of farming settlements, actually, and we should definitely do that. Our researcher just died. We need a new researcher. So that is going to be this fine gentleman right here. Fantastic. Okay, next up, we can build a single hunting camp. We may as well do that. And no logging camps to be built, no mines to be built, so let's just build a couple of slave estates and call that good. Okay, so next up, we're going to need to do some city buildings here. So the next location is going to be Abid, which is right down... no, I don't want to be here. I want it to be here. Yes. Okay, so that is... Oh, that was very laggy. That is this state out over here. There are no buildings here whatsoever right now. Okay, so this is going to be pretty expensive. Let's get a bunch of this going. There's one pop here. Exciting. Okay, so this is currently set up as a quasi-research city. I'm going to get rid of that. We're going to make this be a production city. It makes salt. That's a useful thing to make. So we'll do a slave trader, and there we go. We've got a farmer's market here. It's probably fine. We really don't need this aqueduct, so we'll get rid of that and put in an extra tavern. Farming settlement here looks good, and this has got a grand theater, which we're fine with. We could definitely use some cultural conversion up there. So that looks wonderful. Slave traders and, no, not the farmer's market right now. The taverns. That's what we want. Excellent. So this is set up as research. It produces horses. We're not maxed out on our research efficiency, but I don't think we need to be out over here. So let's get rid of the research here. We're already going to have some cultural issues, so let's just make this be production-based. Followers of the Risen Lord. How very rude. Okay, so we're going to build some slave traders here. We're going to build some taverns here. This guy died. He was a brother of the governor of Greece, but he was a legate. That's a good thing that he died then. I think that was the guy we were having problems with. So that's glorious. This is a production city here primarily, and we're going to continue that. We don't need a granary. We don't need this aqueduct. So let's get rid of all of that and put in a slave trader and a tavern, about like this. Then we've got this settlement here. This is currently a barracks. I'm going to move that over to a slave estate. We don't need more troop production, so we'll get rid of that and put that here. Perfect. So there's that state completed. Next up, we've got good old Oreos. Very delicious. So Oreos is, of course, right up over here. So that's basically the entire state of Evia, and that is fine. So we're going to grab our foundry here. This is going to be production, and we're going to build mills. We'll get rid of this court of law, build slave traders, and build taverns. Excellent. Farming settlement here is good, and then this is production predominantly. We don't need this port, and we don't need this noble district, or this commercial district, or this library, or this shipyard. All of those are irrelevant to us. The Grand Theater is useful to keep around. We'll keep that for now. And we'll get a few more of these production buildings in here. Something along the lines of that. And then we can get a tax office slapped in there as well. I like it. So this is producing wood. It's currently set up in a very awkward manner. Okay. Pillaged. It must be decimation. Okay, there we go. So this commercial district is going to go away. This library is going to go away. I'm still going to make this be production-based. So that'll be fine. I think everything else here is good. We're going to put in a foundry and 3 mills, 2 slave traders, 3 taverns, and then a forum. Excellent. We've got a settlement up over here, and there's a Scorn family right now. That's noted. Farming looks good. Farming is good. And what do we got over here? This should really be a mine. We'll get that going. Up over this direction, again, this should really be a mine. If this is a blacksmith, I guess that's fine. Okay, so that's good for that state. We've nearly spent all of our gold already. But let's see what's next. Next is Zabrata. So that is right down over here. Okay, easy enough. So this is going to be a production city. We can get rid of that, and then we can do something like this. Beautiful. So Zanazia here, this is fine. This produces olives, so we definitely don't want to have a noble district here. No citizen district. Aqueduct is irrelevant right now. Get rid of this port, and we're going to put in a foundry. We're going to put in mills. We're going to put in slave traders and a tavern. There we go. That'll do for now. We're building a farming settlement here. That looks good, and we're already on production here. So we would build a tavern as soon as this autosave is over. There we go. Autosave is now over. And we would put in a forum here. Excellent. Now we've got this city here, which is similarly decently laid out. Not too much needing to happen there. This is a settlement here that looks fine on a slave estate. Farming settlement, and farming settlement. Okay, so there's that one done. Nice. So next up would be Dujal. Question of competence, huh? Okay. So Dujal is going to be right down over here. That's going to be this state. That's an awkward state shape, but okay. So this produces grain. We definitely want more grain production here. So let's get rid of any of these research buildings that existed in this commercial district. We're going to put in some mills. We're going to put in some slave traders. We're out of money at this point, and we'll get more money trickling in. While we're waiting for that, I want to check down here. Okay, so this is a city with nothing in it. We're going to need to change that. We're going to need some work here. This is going to need work. This is good. This is good. And this is good. Okay, so these three up here are fine. Everything else in this state requires work. So that's awkward. Okay, so we've got some money. I'm going to let this build up a little bit more, though. I don't want these guys to lose their build order. How much more do we have to build here? Very little on this side. Okay, so that looks good. We need a governor up here, and the Zadoki family is currently scorned. So let's head down here and get this guy here. They're still scorned, but that'll do for now. Also, I'm thinking we really don't need a level 3 fort here. We can get rid of that, and then we'll come back to that. But we're going to use that gold down here. So that looks fine for now. And we're going to put in 3 taverns here. And then we still need a pair of forums. So we can do that now-ish. Yeah, we'll have enough gold for that. And these guys are just about done with their road build. So I want to come up here, make sure that these guys are drilling. There we go. And as soon as we're done with this road build, we're going to take them off of road build mode, which is going to reduce their Legion maintenance cost significantly. There we go. And let's just move them over to, like, Alexandria. That'll be fine, which that doesn't need forts either, but we'll get there. Okay, so that's going to significantly boost our monthly income. These guys are going to continue building for a while, so they've got a ways to go there. That seems fine. Let's come on down over here then, and this city is the one we're working on now. We've got a claim on Utica, and that's absolutely understood. I had forgotten that we were going to attack Utica. Right, let's move these guys up here instead. We're still going to wait on these, I think, to actually attack them, but yeah, we can head up that way. So this is done. We do need to head in here and build a foundry, so we'll get that started. But these guys, they're going to continue building for a while. We're concerned about running them out of resources, so we're going to hold off on that for the moment. We're doing a lot of construction right now, and that's wonderful. We're very happy to see that. So let's put in a mill here, and for now, we could make another one. We could put in 2 mills here. There's work that needs to be done all the way across here, so it's going to take a little bit. That's fine. So we'll build up some of that money. The second army of the Mahanid of Canaan needs a leader. So we do have a scorned family, a Zadoki. That's understood. This guy just died as well. So I'm going to put in the most qualified guy here, and we're going to do this. We'll do drilling. Fantastic. And then we still need a civic researcher. No Zadoki in the top category here, so we'll just put in somebody like that. This is all being occupied by the Roman Empire. Understood. We'll have a bit of a hard time fighting the Romans, but not a terribly hard time. They have very high-quality troops, but we can just throw numbers at them, so I'm not too concerned about that one. Now, down over this direction, we still need some additional gold to toss in here. So there's a mill in. That'll be fine. And we're, of course, going to want to put in a slave trader as well. We're going to need more gold before we can get that going, but that's understood. What is our economy looking like? Why are we only at 150 right now? Well, a big part of that is going to be because we are drilling all of these armies, except this one, which only just arrived up here. I'm wondering about attrition up here. Is there a place where we can put these guys where they wouldn't take much attrition? It's basically all fairly high, but we can move them over to here. So that's okay. No. We don't deal in demands. So this guy's going to be a bit of an issue for us. He's going to go down to 30 loyalty, and I'm not sure what army he's leading, but we're going to bribe him and bring him back up to 45. So for now, that'll be okay. Now, this navy, we can put a leader in here, and this will be a Zadoki. So they're no longer scorned. Excellent. 6 stability, yes, please. We will absolutely take that. Then down over here, we're interested in putting in a slave trader, and then we're going to wait for the month tick, which is momentarily. Also, I'm going to get rid of this fort, so we're not paying for that. Okay, there we go. We'll bump this up. Perfect. And at this point, we could drop our fort maintenance down. That will save us a little bit of gold. Heavy on the little. We could drop our naval maintenance as well. That's going to be decent to get us a little bit more. Oh, we're on harsh taxation. When did this happen? I'm going to move us back to default taxation. That's a big part of the reason why we weren't capped on our research efficiency. I didn't realize that. Okay, that's good to know. So at this point, we want to grab state harbor fees. That'll boost our commerce income by 5%. That's great. We're working heavily on our economy at this point. We can do a couple of colonizations, which we are, of course, delighted to do. We'll get both of those going. And we just got our claim on Macedon. So do we want to fight Macedon right now? We absolutely can. There's this out over here and here. There's this up here, very awkward. And then there's this. I would be looking to probably vassalize Macedon here, and then we'd outright take Utica. I'm wondering how close are these guys to getting their road build done. They're very close. Okay. I think before we do that, I want to finish off the construction down this direction. So we can get a pair of taverns going in here. This needs to shift to a slave estate. So we'll do that for right now. This is going to need some work. We'll get rid of the library, get rid of the conscription camp. We'll get rid of the granary and the aqueduct. Those don't need to exist. The Great Temple is fine. I don't mind that. But otherwise, that looks good. So these guys have a very small amount left before they are ready to commence this war against Utica. They just need to build here and then here. And that's it. That's all of the road build at that point. There's not a road connecting here, I guess. But we can get that done a little later on. So that seems relatively fine for now. They're just about done there. So I want to come down to here, and we know that we are going to need 3 mills here. And that's most of our money being spent. But I'm just waiting for these guys to finish up their movement here. Any moment now. Any moment now. There we go. They're going to exit road build, and they're going to move up to here. Then these guys are going to move up to here. Beautiful. So down over this direction, I want to get these slave traders going. So we're going to need 1, 2, and 3 ideally, but we can't quite get that yet. We'll need to wait for the month tick. That is fine. Military restructuring. I mean, that's not great. Include all officers, please. So that'll be good. And let's get that slave trader built. We need 3 taverns here. We had the gold to finish that off, so that's great. We just need to do this now. Now, this is mostly set up as a research city. I'm going to get rid of all of that. That'll get us some gold back. And they've got a great temple here, which is fine. We can keep that around. I do want to put a foundry in here, and we'll keep this forum. We're going to need a little gold before we can do that. So let's do this. We're in position up here, so let's go ahead and attack these guys. They're currently in an alliance with Zaba, which is these right here. I don't care about that. So that seems great. We're going to declare that war. We're not going to attack Macedon until after this is over, is the idea. So we're going to come in here and immediately start sieging that. Then these guys are going to come up here and grab this and then head up here, is the idea. So they have a bunch of forts that are going to need to be sieged, but that shouldn't be that big of a deal in theory. Yeah, we have low naval maintenance. I don't care. That's fine. So we're going to get ourselves some mills down here. We still need to finish up this location. This is the only location left in the city that we need to do. So we can put in a second mill here. And can we get a third? Not quite. But we do have a civic perk available, which will increase import value. So that looks good. So they have an army right here. This is hilarious. We're going to finish up this, and then we should be able to grab them right up over here. We may have to force march after them. Yeah, they're moving down this direction. So we'll force march after them. This is fine. We'll come down to here, and we'll catch them probably here, would be my guess. Nope, next province. Wow, they're fast. Okay, but we're going to catch them here, it looks like. Perfect. So that was a stack wipe. No issue there. And we're going to head up over here. Evangelism in our lands, of course. That's very normal. And we're going to head down over this direction. We're going to build a mill, and then we need to put in a slave trader here. So we're getting very close to getting this state done, but we're not quite there yet. So they have a 21k stack out over here. That's noted. Once this siege finishes, which could be this tick, and it was this tick, we're going to force march after them. So I'd like to go catch this force as well. And there's a 1k stack here. That's not very threatening at all. So they're running away on our road system, but we're force marching after them. We will catch them very shortly. Right up over here, that's perfect. I don't know that we'll stack wipe them, but we'll definitely make some progress there. Beautiful. No actual colonizable provinces at this exact moment. So that's understood. Wow. We finished up this siege already, too. That's insane. Well, let's head up over here and continue a siege, and then we'll head over this direction and see about taking over this city. Right on over this way. Beautiful. So everything is looking good as far as this invasion goes. No surprises here, of course. Sadly, we didn't quite catch that force. We don't need to be on force march at this point. Ooh, that felt like an integration. It was. Tenesis. Beautiful. Yes, that's a lot of importing. I understand. Oh, we completed a mission task. Really? I completely forgot about this. We're going to grab the Veneration of the Prophets. Why not? Sounds great. So we're going to kick them out of here soon enough. We're going to move up over here eventually. We probably could attack Macedon simultaneously. I mean, we definitely could. Is there any reason not to? I'm doing it. I can't think of a reason not to. So we're going to come in over here, and we're going to have these guys come up here. We're going to have to land out over this direction and deal with all of this stuff. But that should be fine. I don't think that's a major problem. We need to get access through the Roman Empire or through Dacia. One of those is probably fine. So for now, I want these guys to head up to here. And as far as this Macedonian attack goes, we should have no real problems here. These guys might run around a little bit, but that's fine. They can do that. So these are heading northward. That's ideal. That's exactly what I want to see them doing. Absolutely wonderful. So we're just going to take over all of this, and then the question becomes, what are we going to do with Macedon, right? Well, we do have a force somewhere around here, right? Or did we move that? I mean, we've got these guys all the way down here. I thought we had a force right up over here, but apparently that was moved. Let's start moving up this way. I'm not going to force march them. They're a long ways away. So that seems fine for now. We cannot push past this fort right now. So we're just going to head on up. And this fort needs to fall. Once this fort falls, we'll be able to push past. And this one will fall quite quickly. So that seems great. Oh, they're right here? We might as well take them out. Yeah, let's do that. So up in Macedon, I want to take a look at what's going on here. So Macedon has some forces here. That's not very frightening. We're going to head up over to here and get that capping. Where's their capital? Is their capital down here? It is. Okay. Interesting. Well, that's fine. No major concerns there. We're going to head up over here. This siege is over, so we're going to start taking this fort next. Immediate start to that siege. Okay, so that wasn't quite a stack wipe, but let's head over this direction, see if we catch anybody. They only have the one force here. Okay, well, we're going to stack in here. Oh, never mind. They've got these guys down over here. We're going to force march down and see about eliminating them. I don't know that we'll get there in time to stop them from sieging this, but it doesn't really matter either way. So that seems fine. 42% on this siege, just starting up over here. So all is looking good there. They did, in fact, manage to get this back, and we could try to catch them here, and we're definitely going to do that. Fantastic. So we're going to do significant morale damage to them and hopefully shrink their army substantially. I don't think we'll stack wipe it. No, that's not happening. This is not a stack wipe. That's understood. We'll exit Force March, and we'll come take this back. Beautiful. Up in Macedon, we are fighting here. This guy abandoned his siege. What a jerk. We're going to bribe him, and he's already heading back to his siege. So, I mean, he did stack wipe that force, but he should not have abandoned the siege. That's for sure. So this army is on its way over. It'll be there soon enough. Okay, this is fine over here. Looks like our ally is going to defeat this tiny little force. Don't really care about that. They can do that if they like. And we're going to head on up and help out with the siege. There are a number of forts that are still going to need to be taken down here. And that number is 1 after we're done with this fort. 1 is a number, definitely. We will continue this siege for the time being. These guys, very soon... Okay, we just won this siege. That's perfect. I want to move up to here and begin that siege. And you can come here. Excellent. I want to move this fleet over to be, like, here. Because we're going to be very, very done over on... Really, Garamontia? Really? You coattailed us. What a jerk. Okay. Get up over here. Get down over this way. So that's very awkward. No doubt about it. We just stack wiped here. I'm wondering if Garamontia has already invaded here. We will find out. So I want you guys to embark here. That'll be fine. This siege will fall eventually. And we're going to sail right on down over this way. Who holds this? Oh, the Zudica. Okay, good to know. I did not realize that they held this, but sure. We'll deal with that too. So that's not a major issue. Let's get this navy heading over this direction for the time being. That seems absolutely fine, and we're mostly coming in here to scout out to see if Garamontia has already started up a siege here. Oh, that felt like an integration. Yes, Heptonomus. Fantastic. So that's absolutely wonderful. The Siege of Berg is finally won, and we're going to go grab this. Wonderful. Garamontia attacking up here is very, very rude. Okay, so I want these guys out over here for right now, and our other navy is on its way over. We'll take the gold. Thanks. Okay, so they are not here. Garamontia is not presently here. So we're just going to head in here. This is the Roman Empire's fleet. Good for them. So we're just going to start sieging here. That's wonderful. And I'm going to bring this fleet over to here, and this fleet is going to hang out just up over here. Excellent. So we need to invade here. That's the current present idea for this army. That's Gymnasia up over here. Noted. So these guys need to come out over this direction and drop off their forces here, which we will definitely do. This siege will end soon. And Utica lost this battle. Yeah, they were instantly stack wiped, as you might expect. So that is absolutely wonderful. This siege will finish up shortly, but not that tick. And these guys are being obnoxious down over here. Yeah, we didn't actually deal with Zaba, so that is something that we should do. We could hire some mercenaries, in theory, to handle that one. Like, these guys, 8,500. It's not very much, but that's okay. That should be plenty. So we'll get them heading up over this direction, get this taken back. I completely forgot about Zaba, but we definitely need to handle them. So that looks good for now. These guys are slowly making their way up. I'm going to take them and put them onto Unit Reor. There we go. And they're going to deal with this army, is the idea. I'd really like to see this fall. This would be the ideal tick for that to happen. Nope, not that one. Unfortunate. Well, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to continue to deal with all of this. We're going to have to walk around over here to fight Macedon. It's not a big deal. So that'll be okay. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Andy McGard, Dark Horse, Xenocyte, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.